Greetings to all melanated people all around the world. It's really a joy, it's a blessing, it's an honor to be out here in nature and greeting you. And let me say that melanated people are all the people of the world, because everybody in the world have melanin. Some have more than some. So some people are more melanated than others. Like for example, when you look at me and you see my complexion, it's because I have more melanin. But it doesn't mean a lighter person doesn't have melanin. They have melanin also. So there's some people who are so polluted in their mind when they hear me say greetings to all melanated people. In their mind or in their thinking, they have a thought of race, because something is downloaded in them concerning race. But as I know, and I didn't even have to say it here at this time. I know based on what I have experienced that the power inside of me have no color. So those who would tell me, who try to tell me that, like someone who tried to tell me that, comment and try to tell me that, fail to realize that they don't need to tell us that, because we never give anyone an idol outside of ourselves to believe in with a certain color. We've never done that. Okay? So when I greet melanated people, I'm greeting all people. So if you think you're not melanated, fine, that's your mentality. Okay? Now, with that being said, I want to say to those of you who haven't subscribed, to feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and we definitely need your subscription, because I have a goal for this year. Okay, I want to make sure in this year I close with at least 10,000 subscribers, because this is a message worthwhile being heard all around the world. I'm asking you to be very much instrumental in sharing this message around. Okay? Now, with that being said, I want to speak about Abraham and how Abraham was rich. And the very first thing I want to point out to you, that when I speak about Abraham, I am not speaking about a man who existed thousands of years ago. The reason for that is because the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. The Bible is not literal, neither is it secular history. And the Bible was written symbolically. Now, when I say that Abraham was rich, you have to know that Abraham symbolized your faith. And you have to have that rich faith in you by having an understanding, because you can't have faith without understanding. And that's why faith based on understanding is the only thing that can bring freedom to you, is the only thing that can liberate you. Because when you understand that faith is speaking about the unseen world being made visible, and you have to understand how to manipulate energy and manipulate the elements to make your reality, to make your desire, a reality, then you will understand what it means to operate as Abraham. So Abraham is a state of mind, is a state of consciousness, is a state whereby you have to make a decision whether you want to hold on to the carnal, temporal things, or if you want to seek the spiritual things or the eternal things. If you want to hold to this outer being as being yourself, or if you want to believe the inner being or the inner man to be the real you, right? Whether you're going to believe that a building that you go to on a Saturday or Sunday is the house of God, or the temple of God, or the tabernacle of God, or the church of God over your body. Okay, so you have to make a choice. And the reason why I can speak about Abraham being a state of mind, a state of consciousness, because I've gone through that. I remember one time, it was a Sunday morning, I had 2 books in my hand and I was crying. I had a bodybuilding book in one hand and I had the Bible in another hand. And I was asking myself, how can I love 2 things so much on the face of this earth, and I didn't want to give up any. And I reached a point that is as if I had to give up one. I would not go any further. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to give up the bodybuilding, and I'm going to hold to the Bible, and I'm going to hold to the things of God. And at the time I was working at the post office, and when I share my experience, they laugh at me. They tell me that couldn't be God telling me to do that after I work so hard and get my trophies and go to the gym and build my body and all of that. How God could tell me to do that, okay? And then a couple months later, that inner voice within, that God within, who's your teacher, your inside teacher, your intuition, that voice speak to me and tell me, I didn't take it away from you. I give it back to you. This time I give it to you naturally and spiritually. That's why I'm involved in this thing, in the natural and in the spiritual, or in the physical and in the spiritual. So when I teach, I'm bringing spiritual nutrition to you and encouraging you to exercise your mind. So just as our man will exercise his body and build his muscles, so too you must exercise your mind. So when you exercise your mind, you will be capable of proving that the Creator is in you, because you will be able to create your reality consciously. But you have to learn to exercise your mind. That is why I always encourage you to use your imagination, because imagination creates reality. Now, and speaking about Abraham, let me mention that all the characters that you're reading about in the Bible, they never actually existed, because the Bible have no reference to anyone who existed thousands of years ago or to any actual event that took place upon earth thousands of years ago. They are all personification of your own human imagination. And all of these characters in the Bible always tell you that they were rich, that they increased in goods, that they had maid servants and men servants. It even tells that Abraham had 318 men. That if you do the numerals, there are 318 men, you will understand what he's speaking about. Disciplined men, your disciplined mind, your disciplined qualities that you must use to fight against all your enemy, which is your wrong thoughts, your self-doubts. So my brother and my sisters, we have to be rich in faith. We have to be the real Abraham. There's no Abraham thousands of years ago. You're the only Abraham there is. That is why whenever you speak about faith, it is all speak about Abraham. And say that Abraham believed God. When you say Abraham believed God and was counted unto him for righteousness, what do you think it is speaking about? Self-belief. High self-esteem, believing in yourself. Putting your imagination to work. Because there must be action. Because faith without works is dead. The only how you can show your faith is by your works. So the only how you can show that you're really a child of Abraham is your works. So my brother, my sisters, you be the rich Abraham. Because all riches are in you. You're rich beyond measure. But you have to exercise your royalty. You have to exercise your authority. You have to believe and trust your own human imagination, which is the Creator in man. You have to look around you and see that everything was false thought. Everything was false imagined. You have to see every president. They imagined that they were president until they became a president. Every CEO, they imagine themselves until they become a CEO. They didn't born a president. They didn't born a CEO. But they imagine themselves into that place because they're infinite states of consciousness. And it is what state you choose to express. I choose to teach and to uplift humanity. This is a choice I make. And that's why I'm encouraging you that everything is in your hand. You're the Lord and Master of your own destiny. And whatever your environment is a reflection of your mentality. So my brother and my sisters, you be the Abraham. You be the Abraham this day by believing in yourself. By writing down what you want to manifest. And believe it. And the universe will bring the idea to you and tell you what to do. And when the inspiration comes, move immediately. Don't delay. Don't procrastinate. Move immediately to accomplish your dreams, to accomplish your goals. Because you didn't come here to live in mediocrity. You didn't come here to barely make it. You didn't come here to just hold on and a job for the rest of your life and never discover your true abilities and your true creativity and all the other things that are in you that are undiscovered that you must discover to uplift humanity. So even if one person will hear me as I speak and will take what I am saying and vibrate higher, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be an employee, but if you're an employee and you listen to this message, I'm admonishing you that someday you can become the employer. But you have to employ yourself by employing your thoughts and putting them to work for you in whatever you want to manifest. So you have to believe in yourself that strongly. Okay? So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I believe I got my message across to you. And basically what I was just saying, Abraham and all of these other characters in the Bible clearly states in Galatians 4:24 that the story of Abraham and Sarah and Hagar and all of them, it's an allegory. An allegory is a story whereby the characters and so on, they're just symbolic, you know, and they just represent ideas and so on. Okay, so it tells you that. Okay, so all of these characters in the Bible, they're just personification of your own human imagination. So with that being said, I want to thank you very much, and I want to encourage those of you who this message has been resonating with and would like to learn more. There's a link below. You can check the link down below and make your choice. And I want to thank those who've been supporting and patient, and want to encourage others to do the same also. Now I want to give you the sign of enlightenment, the sign of you coming to your Christ consciousness, the sign of the all-seeing eye that must be awakened in you and bring you to your ascension. Thus the reason why Matthew 6:22 tells you that if your eye be single, and now I'm giving you the sign of the single eye, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. I'm saying to you, when you have that experience, you come to realize it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N. And you will come to realize it is the dawning of a new day in your life. And you will also come to realize that without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And that the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. And we are the people of the sun. Therefore, my brother and my sister, let us use our mind power to achieve our every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you, I'm out.